Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we told you guys I'm going to keep you entertained during this international break. I did not lie. I'm going to keep you guys as entertained as possible. There's so much content coming your way. Please do slap the like button. Do subscribe to This is Football if you're yet to do so. If you're watching this right now, make sure you guys are sharing the video as well. I want you guys to hit that share button. Share the video everywhere. Let's get it trending. Like, subscribe, share. Shout out to all the people who have sent in super chats in the month of March. You guys have been absolutely incredible. We're breaking records, in every way, shape, or form. So big up to all of you guys. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And today's video is a bit of a different one. So obviously we're going to be talking about, you guys' favorite topic, Gareth Southgate to Manchester United. We have to address this. We're going to be talking about Spurs. Is Ange Postecoglou too stubborn after that loss versus Fulham? And we're going to be talking about Chelsea. You get me? Poch out. We're going to be talking about it. 1 loss in 8 for the Chelsea. You get me? I told them Poch wasn't at fault. Now we see. Anyway, let me introduce today's panelists. First of all, unfortunately, this guy's team defeated me. But we're here, and we don't run. But he's not here to talk about the FA Cup game because I've already done 7 streams talking about that game. So let's actually talk about the new news, which is Gareth Southgate to Manchester United. Joining us on the channel, making his return to the ring, OG of This is Football, man like Ahmed is in the building. How are you doing, Ahmed, Habibi?
I'm amazing, man. Listen, shout out to all the United fans that are hearing it. I know there's not many of them, yeah? But yeah, that FA Cup win was beautiful. I've never celebrated that much in my life. But big up for having me as well.
Wow, how the mighty have fallen. These guys used to celebrate winning Champions Leagues and Prems. Now they celebrate FA Cup quarter-final win. Big up, though. Joining us on the channel as well is a guy who's also through in the FA Cup. Chelsea representative. It is the winter, so he is surfing in the correct season this time. You get me? It's probably colder right here, over here right now than it is in the US. Maybe Jacob was onto something. We need to start using cardboard straws and shit. Joining us on the channel, man like Andrew, the winter surfer. How are you doing, brother?
Poch out. No, I'm fine. I'm all good, my friend. I'm enjoying the streams are actually pretty good. They made the week go faster, the streams this week. I don't know what it is. And this is the first time I've seen a team of the season stream with Mo today. So they've been very good. So let's hope it continues, gets us to the next week, and then we move on, because I think next week it might start to lag a bit with people finding content. So it's all good, man. But I'm all good. Yeah. Subscribe, you freeloading bozos, and press the like button. It looks like that. Do you know what I mean? Just like it. Christ's sake.
We have 2 Chelsea fans to talk about the Chelsea situation today. So we added another Chelsea guy. His name is exactly like the name of the Man United guy. So there's Ahmed United and there's Ahmed Chelsea. So Ahmed Chelsea, aka the biggest liar on YouTube, who claims he deadlifted 500 kilograms. Like, that's some world's strongest man numbers. No one believes you, brother. But joining us on the channel is the Chelsea version of Virgil van Dijk. Man like Ahmed is in the building. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, listen, I'm doing well, sensational, amazing, as I always do. Listen, man, nice little compliment, man, Virgil van Dijk, you know what I mean? Hey, man, I'll take that, man,
It's because of the hair, man. So that's.
I know it's there, but you never know, man. You know what I mean? All right,
man. Fair. And finally, last but not least, we introduced one centre back. Now, time to talk about his partner, Jan Vertonghen, coming back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. He's a lot shorter than Jan Vertonghen. He's about 5'1", but we're not heightests over here. Shout out to all to the short kings and queens around the world. You get me? Joining us on the channel, of course, the biggest fraud in the Tottenham Hotspur universe, Jan Vertonghen from Wish. Time added on, aka Alan Clark, is in the building. Hi, Alan. How you doing, brother?
I was doing well to that dirty intro. You've always got to do me dirty, seriously. I would say it's a pleasure to be back, but after that intro, I'm not going to say that. Look, yes, I'm not the tallest of guys, but I'm nowhere near 5'1". So just let's keep it to the actual stats, and we'll go from there. But thank you for having me back on. And yeah, as bad as Spurs are at times, I just get to take the piss out of Chelsea fans. So I'm happy. So it's all good. Let's get into it.
Damn. Hey, there's a lot to get into, but I would want to start with Chelsea because there is something that's even bigger to take the piss out of. Before you do that, before I let Andrew absolutely violate every single one of you guys, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And I want to start with Manchester United. But this is not good news for Ahmed, because according to Manchester Evening News, you get me, which is a fairly reliable source. Yani it's not Fabrizio Romano tapping or anything, but it's a good source. Gareth Southgate has now emerged as a favorite to take over Manchester United. You know, I have no idea what Ratcliffe is doing. You get me? But we're here to talk about it. So, Ahmed, and if you want to talk about the FA Cup win, you know, about your World Cup win, the quarterfinal, you can as well. I'd rather we just get to Southgate, you know, because I want to hear your opinions on that. Tell me, brother.
No, I'll chat about Southgate here. But the thing is, genuinely, when I saw them news, I almost had a heart attack, because I'm watching this and I'm like, I don't even rate Ten Hag. And if we get Southgate, that's even a bigger downgrade. But I just don't. I think that's paper talk. Like, I don't actually believe it, because it wouldn't make sense. Like, he's still the England manager, but if it comes to Man United, like, it's going to be the same sort of nonsense. You know, he's going to play the English players like Luke Shaw. Maguire's probably going to puff his chest out, say, yes, get in Southgate, I can play my games now. So him coming in would be an absolute diabolical move, because all the players that we should be getting rid of, he's going to have like his British bias. Do you understand? So, yeah, man, as much as I want Ten Hag gone, Gareth Southgate stay far away from Manchester United, because every single person would be laughing at us. That's up there with one of the worst. Like, he's already an awful coach. He's got a fairly good England team that he can't even get the best out of. So what makes him think that he's going to get, you know, the best out of these players that we have currently at Man United? And yeah, he's not a good coach. He's not a good coach. And if we do get Southgate, if that does happen by some miraculous move, then Sir Jim Ratcliffe is a fraud. Like, if that happens, because he comes in with a lot of chest saying, we want the best in class. We want the best in class. That's what he said in his words. We want the best in this position, that position, director of football and manager. Southgate's not the best in class. So you just contradicted yourself if it was to happen. So yeah, my opinion, depending who we appoint will be a huge indicator whether we're going to move in the right direction, because Southgate is just going even more backwards. You might as well remain with Ten Hag at this point, because both of their styles as football is kind of similar. Very defensive and very boring to watch. So yeah, man, but I don't believe it though. And hopefully it's paper talk, because if it does happen, then I'm going to start crying. I'm going to start crying, mate.
Ahmed, you just said about Gareth, like with Gareth Southgate, you'd be boring to watch. Let's not act like you're not boring to watch as it is anyway. Come on, let's not do Gareth Southgate to service.
Yeah. Listen,
Wow.
let me tell you something. Yeah, we are crap to watch here, but it's like saying, do you want crap or do you want shit? It's both the same thing. Like, it's not really an upgrade, and it's like Southgate's not a good manager, in it. So like, I don't see how that's going to happen. Like, he's not. There's nothing. Go on.
I was gonna say, I mean, he's got the best out of like Sterling when he was in the England setup. Do you not think could do a bit of that magic with Mr. Rashford? You know what I mean?
Rashford is a yo-yo, man. He needs to leave this club, man. I've had enough of that guy anyway. No, there ain't no managers getting the best out of Rashford, because like
he gets the best out of his wingers, man. You never know. Maybe Anthony Regen. You know what I mean?
He's going to get the best out of Harry Maguire, isn't he? Let's be honest.
All you guys are trolling me, bro.
I'm being honest.
Southgate is
bro. You look at Southgate.
Actually speaking, Maguire plays the best with Southgate. That's not gaslighting. That's the reality.
Yeah.
Ooh, three at the back. Three at the back as well. Three at the back.
Yeah.
You'll be able to play three at the back.
And Luke Shaw can play consistently like that, isn't it? You know what I mean? He can play the left side, the centre back, and that case.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He loves to train from the corner as well, with Harry Maguire rising and heading
Exactly.
in. I want this to happen so much to Man United, having someone like Gareth Southgate take hold of your club, because you get who is it? Ratcliffe come in, and all of a sudden there's basis at Man United. You got the right owner, this and everything's perfect, and you're going to come back. Man United are, compared to what it used to be, are absolutely dead. You're like the ex-girlfriend that comes crawling back all the time, and you're just trying to just go away from me, get off of me. We're done, we're finished, and you're like just there. Clawing, oh, please give me one more chance. It's like, no, Man United, go away. You're dead. You're buried as a club. Your stadium is falling down. There's piss in the toilets. It's just...
Alan, I don't know,
cares.
but all this,
No one cares anymore. It's
all
fine.
this good feeling United fans are having about off the field. Who they're going to hire. Oh, they haven't actually hired Dan Ashworth yet, by the way, United fans. He's not actually paid the price for Dan Ashworth yet. So that's not good. Oh, we got the CEO. We got the guy from that no one heard of before he signed from City. We got him. And then they thought, someone in that brain trust thought, let's leak out who we're going to be linked to. I know the first thing we're going to do is Southgate. That's going to be a good hit. The United fans are really going to take to the new Southgate. It's going to be a manager. And it's gone, all that little goodwill they served up is now just it's gone if that happens.
To be honest,
I expect proper United fans to be Southgate out if it is announced from day one. Even before day one, even if it's rumoured that the rumours have up, you have to be Southgate out. I expect protests and stuff like that because he is coming in. International football is not even in the same atmosphere as club football. It's just not. He gets the best of the best for like 2 weeks every couple of months, and he gets to pick the best of the best. I will love how he deals with Bruno if he gets him. Dealing with someone like Bruno in that team.
Can I say one thing, Andrew? Obviously,
Tommy's
we're
going to be
all
captain
mocking
as
it and
well.
stuff, but on a real, why are we acting like this is an impossibility? That's the one thing.
No, I'm not. I think it's not
there is an actual possibility. This is
a possibility. Yeah, no,
it's not going to happen.
But based on what? Based on what you?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. From what I've heard Jim Ratcliffe say, he got the guy at Man City. He's clearly not a bum. He was the guy dealing with the contracts, City youth, Barca youth. He's good at what he does. Dan, whatever his name is, that Dan guy. I'm assuming that. Don't know what's happening with him. The moves that we've made so far have all been good, right? Trying to get the best in class. Now, if he's talking the same thing about managers. We've been linked with Inzaghi, we've been linked with De Zerbi, we've been linked with all sorts of managers. So obviously, just because we're linked with Southgate doesn't mean we're going to get him. Like it won't make sense. It won't make sense because he's not the best in class. He's not a good coach.
But it does make sense, man. He's the best in English class. You know what I mean? Look at him, manager of England. You know what I mean? So it kind of makes sense, bro.
England are terrible to watch, though.
You bought.
Can I say one thing? You bought in the
bikes guy. You bought in the bikes guy. The Brailsford. It has nothing to do with football. It's like the older generation will remember this. It's like when Clive Woodward went to Southampton after winning the Rugby World Cup. It just doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? You bought the guy who does bikes, and he's going to look at British all the way. Listen, you can say it's definitely not going to happen, but there is a percentage chance that it does happen. Especially because I think Southgate's going to walk away. Whatever happens at England this summer, he's going to walk away.
For the type of football Man United play, for the type of players they have, Southgate is the perfect fit for them.
How is he the perfect fit?
How is he not?
What is Southgate's style of play?
Same as what Man United's style of play is. Boring, counter-attacking football.
Yeah, but we're trying to
all those players, the ability that they England team have, and more often than not, literally, you can pass and move like what Man United do at times, but we don't ever go for the jugular or anything like Man United don't. More often than not, when you go against the bigger teams, you sit back and then you try and counter. It's literally the perfect fit for Southgate in that. Talking about De Zerbi, he's good attacking football. That's what not Man United have got as players. You've got a little person that stands there doing pirouettes on the sideline, being 86 million and playing by himself with the ball. You've got Mainu's your only really decent midfielder. You've got Harry Maguire, who turns up and then about 10 minutes into the game goes, what am I here for? And then realises he's there to play football and then gets his head on the ball and that's about it. You got Rashford, who's really speedy and then shoots wide all the time. Hojlund, he's the next big thing, and I only found he's scoring boots in the last 12 games, 13 games. Man United are a dead football club.
Well, Hojlund, but we don't have
their tactics. Match made in heaven.
Hojlund's a good striker. You would take Hojlund at your team, though.
I would not take Hojlund. So I'd have Son as a number 9 over Hojlund.
So you wouldn't take Hojlund over Werner then?
No. Hojlund's not a winger, is he?
How many goals does Son have, though?
Okay, Son has this season, I think he's got 12 or 13. And Son's not a number 9. Son's never actually been a proverbial number 9. So I'd still have Son over Hojlund.
So you'll have Hojlund over... So who's your number 9? Richarlison?
No. Son is the number 9. And even Richarlison, I think, who's dead beat, I'd still probably take Richarlison over Hojlund.
That's ridiculous, man.
It's actually true.
That's ridiculous. Southgate, the thing is, yeah, like,
I don't want. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting distracted by Hojlund versus Charleston debate. I'm not doing that. Just stick to Southgate. I'm not doing that.
That would be the absolute worst debate in the history of this football.
It's just mad. That is the Spider-Man meme on crack of debates. That's what that is.
So Hojlund's a deadbeat striker then?
Never say he's deadbeat.
No, but by your reactions, you're acting like he's not a good striker, though.
I wouldn't think he's as good as what you think he is.
I think he's okay.
He's okay, but but he's okay. On the grand scale of things, is about a 4 or 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I take Hojlund over Richarlison, but I don't think it's like.
No, I was just in a groove of mocking Ahmed, so I just had to keep going, so it's fine.
Yeah, back to the Southgate thing. I just want to say. With the manager situation, obviously Ahmed, the Chelsea fan, Andrew, their club is looking at the manager. My club is looking at the manager. Ahmed's club is Man United fan. His club is looking at the manager. Everyone is looking at the manager right now as things stand. Whether it be to replace Klopp, whether it be to like whatever. And you look at the manager market. There's the reason why I'm actually not trolling about the Southgate thing. Look at the manager market. It's literally Alonso, Amorim, De Zerbi, and then after that it is just like even De Zerbi.
You got Nagelsmann as well. Nagelsmann.
You got Flick as well.
You like Nagelsmann?
Be available.
I think Nagelsmann's a decent manager.
I think Nagelsmann is so overrated.
Yeah, I said he's decent. He wouldn't be my first choice, but he's
Nagelsmann would literally be like the German Ten Hag. It's the exact kind of similar story, to be honest with you.
Nagelsmann falls into with the rest of them, like Amorim. I know Alonso's going to win but do you know what I mean? Like the Zerbi sort of thing. He's in that bracket.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like that's
my point, Andrew. There isn't a clear. If we were doing the stream 5 years ago, the reason why Ahmed and all of us would laugh if we had done the stream 5 years ago is because there were options. Yeah. The reason why I'm not saying this to mock Man United is there really aren't that many options out there when you think about it. No. Let's think about this logically. That's why I'm saying let's not talk about Southgate to Man United being an impossibility. There is a genuine possibility it happens. It's not me trolling. It's just because, like, okay, if Liverpool get Alonso and then Chelsea get Amorim, and then I don't know, like De Zerbi goes to manage like AC Milan or something as an example, then what? After that, what's going to happen? Who are your options?
I'll tell you, but the thing is with the options, I don't even think Xabi Alonso will consider Liverpool. I think he's going to stay at Leverkusen. I think he'll stay at Leverkusen.
But what we're saying is that they're all the new school coaches. They're all like there's that's what you're picking from. That's what you're picking from. You're not going to get Klopp's on a sabbatical. He's done. Pep's never leaving City, or you're never going to get Pep. Ancelotti is not going to pick one of these new project things to start over. Do you know what I mean? That's it. And then you've got and then you've got the new school coaches. Mourinho's over the hill. Conte, I don't know what Conte is doing. And Simeone, you would have to pay more than £30 million a year to get him out of Atletico Madrid.
What about Harry Potter? What about Harry Potter down there?
Yeah, if Dan Ashworth gets there, Harry Potter.
Well, you know what it is. You know what it is. You know. Just 2 seconds here. You know how everyone is like saying, "Oh, De Zerbi, Nagelsmann, they're going to flop, they're going to fail." But bro, you got to understand that these coaches, De Zerbi and Nagelsmann, they're actually good coaches. No one knew who Ange was. Like no one knew who he was. No one knew who he was. He came in, new to the Premier League, and did this thing. Who's to say that De Zerbi or Nagelsmann or an Inzaghi to come into Man United and can't do...
Inzaghi, yes, you're cooking. Yeah. Inzaghi is a good manager.
I think to consider Southgate is literally bottom tier.
I'm confused. But I said, go on, Ahmed, they both spoke.
No, I was just going to say literally.
Go on.
I said, go on.
I was just going to say quickly.
Exactly the same.
I feel like right now, the hottest managers are all going to be, I think, the most guys that need to prove themselves, essentially. So maybe if you're United, maybe you want someone that you like. Maybe even if it is, I just literally forgot the manager's name, the England manager, Southgate. You might say, okay, he's a bit more proven. We've seen some of the stuff he's in England,
and
he
that's
might be
why
a steady
it's
Eddie.
impossible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He might be a steady Eddie for the time being. while you're changing the team, while you're in transition and
I think Inzaghi, if I'm mistaken, I think Inzaghi you have to pay to get him out of his contract.
Yeah, he signed a new deal until 2027.
Yeah, so you have to, and same with Almarim, right? Almarim's got to buy out as well.
When he scores.
So then clubs
Even Deserby's got a buy clause.
Yeah,
but we've got money though. We've got money, so
but listen, clubs don't like to spend money. No matter what their fans tell you, clubs rarely like to spend money. They don't really like to spend it on managers unless they're the only obvious choice. If Southgate's there and he don't have to pay the FA anything, he becomes a viable candidate.
There's more likely of a chance of Ten Hag staying than us getting Southgate.
That's also true. That is also true that he might stay. If you win the FA Cup and finish 5th or 6th, Ten Hag
could stay, Loki.
He could stay. You're right. He could stay.
Wouldn't be much. It's going to be the same outcome. Boring.
But the thing is, yeah, like you say, it's boring football, but like we're not far from where Spurs are, for example, points wise.
Okay, let me just quickly blow this out of the water. At the start of the season, Spurs losing Harry Kane at the start. No, let me be honest. Spurs losing Harry Kane, either the Premier League, rival fans and pundits, Spurs, middle table, bottom half of the table. There were Man United fans, a lot of Man United fans, and even pundits going, Man United title challenge. Where you've gone to where we are, difference in where we are. Context is key. So yes, you might be 6 points off of us, but context is key of both where we were meant to be this season.
But no one said we're going to challenge though for the title.
No, there were Man United fans.
There were people who said you will challenge, to be fair. Not you specifically.
That's crazy, man.
But there were Man United fans. I've been on many streams to see Man United fans with Mason Mount. Apparently you were there or thereabout and all that. Like, I don't know what they were smoking.
Yeah,
but
Minerals about, man. Minerals about.
No, but the thing is, yeah, like, everyone's every rival fan is cooking us, yeah, or how crap we are. And yeah, fair enough, we're awful. But what I'm saying to you, yeah, okay, context, you lost Harry Kane, but we also had injuries as well. We also had, like, bro, the list is crazy. Malacia, Luke Shaw, I can carry on. Mason Mount as well. Hojlund.
Every club.
But the thing is, yeah, when it comes to injuries, United is the only team that's not that excuse isn't allowed with United, but with other teams it's allowed.
Hold on, no, it is.
No, come on, bro.
Wait. Spurs went away. Spurs went away to Man City with Emerson Royale, Ben Davies, and Brian Hill in the starting lineup, and we didn't bend over from like you did.
How do we bend over for who? For who?
Man City.
Man City.
So what? Losing to Man City? That doesn't.
I'm just saying, you excuses about injuries, but we've all had them. But we didn't go there involved, did we?
No, but what I'm saying to you is, when it comes to other teams that are going through injuries and they're not on form, they give the excuse that they have injuries. But with United, they're expected to win. There's no consistency with United.
No, it's not. No, this season, we've not allowed any team to have that because we've all had injuries. So we can't have that excuse. That's the thing. The only ones that haven't been really affected are, I don't care what City fans say. City, just because Kevin De Bruyne has not been out doesn't mean
injury list was a lot bigger, by the way.
And Arsenal. Oh no, but we've all sat here. All of our clubs here have had. Liverpool are going through it now. Chelsea have had it consistently through the season. Spurs have had it since the Chelsea game. So we've all gone through it, and you've had it as well. The only team, like I say, you haven't had it is Arsenal and City. I don't care what they say about Kevin De Bruyne not being in. You just haven't had a proper injury hit season. So that's why Sam knows this. I've never used injuries as an excuse this season. I've never said injuries are an excuse because.
No, but I just find it crazy how like people are saying, "Oh, we're so crap." But for example, teams like Chelsea are where they are. Spurs are just a few points, but like people are.
I don't think you're so crap. You're so crap. I think you're mismanaged.
No, but people are saying like as if we're mid-table, bro. We could still get top 4.
You could.
You could, but that shows for me. That shows after the top 3. What it shows me is that everyone else underneath that is very mixed in terms of their results. Alan will know this. I think that we're going to talk about it later, but that Fulham defeat was coming after the Wolves one, was it? The way that Spurs have been playing partly since the start of the year, and Aston Villa are going through it as well. The middle of the league is they're beating everyone, which doesn't mean that's a good league. Do you know what I mean? It just means that they're all the teams we have. If we win our 2 games in hand, we go 7th. you know what I mean?
We're 1 point behind six. We're 1 point behind six.
But the thing is,
Crazy,
but the thing is, yeah, people are talking about, oh, United spent 400 million. This. What about when Chelsea spent 1 billion and so, and they're still thinking?
We'll get on to Chelsea. Don't Chelsea get
listen, we get cooked, man. You know what I mean? We get £1 billion.
No, you're not gonna get cooked. We're just gonna have a convo. Let me just read this.
No, but we get talked about all the time.
Let me just read the substats, guys. Interesting that United is dead, but here we are talking about the dead club. Your guys' logic doesn't make sense. Yeah, but we're talking about Spurs. We're talking about Chelsea.
That's just Alan who said he was a dead club.
First of all, let me just say that, Maram, whether you know this or not, it's the international break. What do you want me to do? Yalla, let's talk about, Jordan play Pakistan in the World Cup qualifier. Let's analyze. USA play against Jamaica. Let's analyze that game. What options do we have? Tomorrow, inshallah, I'm gonna do a stream with groups and Northside, talk about Arsenal. We're gonna be talking about United. I have a lot of streams planned. I'm trying to keep you guys entertained. So today I brought 3 shit clubs together to talk about their current state.
Hold on.
We can just have a conversation. That's it. It's not that deep, wallahi. It's not that deep.
Yeah, I just want to reply to Mariam. Look, we're going to talk about through, like you said, all the international friendlies, everything to do with that. Obviously, there's still a title race going on in the Premier League and all that. What we're doing here with Man United is scraping the bottom of the barrel. So we've got to do that at times. It's fine. It's okay. It's relaxed. We're scraping. We're getting some stuff up, and then we're going for it. It's fine.
Yeah, and then Chelsea's next. We're going under the barrel.
Yeah,
it's just we're going to the ground.
Nothing topics. You got me? Nothing deep. Southgate or a haircut, says Vic. Choose one, Ahmed.
Oh, bro, I'll go for a haircut.
Yeah.
I can't lie to you. If you tell me right now, would you rather shave your beard, your head, and your mustache together, and just sit up here, just looking like a, I don't know what even is valid with that, like probably like a potato fucking plastic bag, or get Gareth Southgate. I'm choosing anything over Southgate. I'm not trying to get
Bro,
Southgate.
I will shave my head off, and my eyebrows off combined, not to get this guy in. I'll do it both.
I'll do not eyebrows, bro, because that's haram. Big up to Maram, who says Spurs fans shouldn't talk about United. Shameless.
Again, what are we, 10 years old in school? I'll talk about Man United all I like. They're a dead club. It's as simple as that.
No, you can't say we're a dead club, man. Come on, you can't be saying we're a dead club.
Hold on. Man United fans, since that FA Cup game, Man United fans have lost their shit, being climaxing all over the place because you beat Liverpool. Man United used to win trebles. There's the difference from where you used to be to where you are now.
No, but hold on. Did you think we were going to beat Liverpool? Yes or no?
Don't care. Couldn't care less.
Hold on. Everyone thought we was gonna lose to Liverpool. We were gonna get slapped 7-0, 7-0.
Says who? You can ask Andrew. I said I worry for this game, and I think United are gonna get something.
Okay, so before the game started, you generally thought United.
Yes,
were gonna
I
win.
was worried. Yes, I said, guys, this is my cup final. You can ask, bro. You can go watch my previews, Habibi.
No, he did say that because he watched. No, he did say it because he watched his mad manager of 5-1 up in the first leg.
Wait. Well, Alan, answer the no, but Alan, answer the question. Yeah, did you actually think we was going to win? Who did you have? You had your money on Liverpool, didn't you?
I didn't have money on anyone because I actually didn't know the game was going on. That's how little I cared, to be fair, because we're out of it. Let me be absolutely honest. Let me be absolutely honest. I've said a couple of times, and you go back and look at my channel, Liverpool should have dropped points before this game. Well, actually, it weren't dropping points. It was in the FA Cup because with their kids, Chelsea should have beaten them in the League Cup. They didn't take their chances. That was on them. And also, they've had times in the league where they should have dropped points, but they've got over the line because Liverpool found a way to win somehow. So Liverpool, with how they're playing and obviously playing their kids, you can get at them. That's what I said. They've just obviously got the points where needed. Could you have beaten them? Probably not. I would have said no, but thingy. But you're here again, champion in a quarter-final win and all that.
Yeah, but you're not in an FA Cup either, though.
We're not. Where did I say I was? Where did I say I was?
No, but we still.
Ahmed, I'll say this. Wallahi, if you lose to Coventry,
we'll beat Coventry, by the way. We'll beat Coventry.
Wallahi, if you lose to Coventry, let me tell you right now.
All I'm saying,
you lose to Coventry, we will be there.
No. You know the best thing. You know what the best thing will be when they get to the final, right? When the ball goes out of play for United, they zoom up to Southgate in the crowd. He's watching the game. He's there as a guest. he zooms up every time something goes wrong for United. They zoom up to Southgate like that.
The Southgate final, yeah. If you lose, you get Southgate. If you win, you stay with Ten Hag.
Yeah, but all I'm saying, that FA Cup, yeah, everyone had Liverpool to win that game. Yeah, it's not our fault that they listen. You can say, yeah, Liverpool dominated you, but we took our chances in it. Like I said, we took our chances. It was a deserved win. Yeah. And despite how crap our season is, we can still end this season with a trophy. There's a chance, despite how
we're not denying that. We weren't even discussing that. We're just discussing about Southgate joining your club. The thing. Listen, I had Liverpool favourites because for me, they're the better team. But like after what Klopp did, like 3 days before, playing a knit string team when they're 5-1, I'm not even taking players off when they go 3-0 up after 18 minutes. Yeah. It was just madness. That's what I mean. So listen, you took your chances, but let's be fair. Liverpool were arrogant in that second half. They were arrogant and complacent. They should have wrapped that. They battered you that second half. You know what I mean? They had 5-on-2 situations. It's ridiculous.
If I speak on Cody Gakpo, they'll cancel me off the platform.
Oh, he's so Cody Gakpo.
I don't want to talk about the game. I don't want to talk about the game because I've already spoken about it 500 times. I want to diverge a little bit into a more of a general managerial conversation because this is like a can of worms that I tried opening up. So I just want us to talk about it a little bit. Make sure you guys are liking the video and subscribing. 400 people in here. Let's get to 200 likes ASAP, guys. It's just... because I mentioned this earlier on. Big up to Mariam and Vic for the super chats. Maram, sorry. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Let's get to 200 likes ASAP. So there's obviously this conversation. The available managers in world football right now. Once again, if I was live on This Is Football 4 years ago, we would have mentioned probably 6, 7, 8 managers that were like, whoa, these guys are good. Let me go to Ahmed, the Chelsea fan, first. Just with the whole managerial situation right now, who do you think out there is good to take over? Because there's 3 clubs here that probably start next season with a new manager. Obviously, Alan as well. I want you to chime in with your opinion. Who would you say, let's say, are the top 5 available managers currently out there?
Oh, that is a good question, man. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. The thing was, I would have said initially, Flick would have been one of the guys that would be in my top 5. But I watched the documentary on the Qatar documentary of him, and he's not good, bro. I don't know what happened in that one. He's fallen off my list. But I actually think, if I'm being honest, Xabi Alonso, obviously, because of what he's done currently, you probably have to put him number 1, I would say, currently. I think it's really a toss-up currently. With I think Inzaghi will be number 2 if he's available. If he's available, right? Number 2, and then I think really after those 3, it's really a toss up between for me De Zerbi, Amorim, and the other one I would probably say is Flick, number 5. Because
with the De Zerbi stuff, do you actually where do you guys land with this whole De Zerbi stuff? I really don't like De Zerbi.
I don't know.
He's so polarizing. People either love De Zerbi to bits or just dislike him. I dislike him. I think he's a hipster.
I don't know. The thing for me is that, when you watch him play that attacking football at time, it looks good, man. I'll be honest. But then there'll be times where I'm watching him and he's just getting destroyed. And I'm like, is it really like down to the plays that he has? Or is it just like he's not stylistically, maybe tweaking himself enough? And I feel like for me, I'm mixed on him. I don't really have.
He did, but you got to understand, by the way, he did lose Caicedo and McAllister, 2 big players. So that could also play a factor.
You know what? I actually forgot, man. Someone just said his name. Sorry. Yeah, you know what, man? Actually, for me, number 3. Sorry for me. You know what I mean? That guy, he knows how to build attacking.
Do you know what it is with De Zerbi? You know what it is.
Number 4, Tuchel. Who else? Number 5, Conte. Yalla, let's make it former Chelsea manager.
I don't mention those 2. I don't talk about those 2. But sorry, listen. I believe in that guy, man. He got Lazio second.
Can I genuinely? I want to raise something to this whole panel right now. I'm about to shake this whole YouTube.
Here we go.
I want to say something.
There you are.
And it might sound crazy, but hear me out. Let me land. Let me cook. What is the difference between De Zerbi and Brendan Rodgers? Brendan Rodgers plays attractive football. No one can tell me they watched Leicester and thought that was ugly football. Everyone was trying to watch Leicester because they're entertaining. And he won an FA Cup with Leicester as well. So he's been successful with Leicester. Why is it that as soon as there's a new hipster, since when is the be-all and end-all playing good football? Why isn't Gary O'Neill above De Zerbi, as an example? I need an answer. Someone tell me why De Zerbi is above Brendan Rodgers.
Brendan Rodgers but the thing is, Brendan Rodgers had the chance to coach a top team in Liverpool, and obviously he didn't cut it. So we still need to see that sample size with De Zerbi when he goes to a top team. Do you get it? So then you can make your judgment then. Until in the meantime, I just don't like. Yeah, he might get hyped a little bit, but you can't like overlook the job that he's doing at Brighton after losing big players. Do you understand? And
it was also the way he came in after Potter, and everyone thought Potter was overperforming and they'd drop off. And because he kept them there and went a little bit higher for to begin with, I think it's clouded people's judgment. Look, De Zerbi plays good football, but it's football that you can easily get at. It's open attacking football. Trust me, like not to the same level, but obviously I'm facing the same thing with Ange at my team. But it's because it's open, exciting football. You know, they get plaudits that sometimes they shouldn't get if they should change their tactics and, you know, shut up shop or do something like that. But it's because he started well after Potter went. And like Ahmed said, because a couple of their big players went and they're still doing what they're doing, they're still there or thereabouts. That's the reason why he's getting plaudits.
But you know what? If I could somehow see it, I would love to see De Zerbi go up. I think the levels are too big, but go up a level just below and see what he could do there. Do you know what I mean? In another league, go a team that everyone knows, not one the biggest team in the league, but maybe the second or third biggest. Like go to a Dortmund or an RB Leipzig or something like that.
Napoli
or, you know,
might be available, you know?
You know,
Napoli
or Napoli or something like that, just to see how good he actually is. Do you know what I mean? There's too many question marks. That's what all these managers, even if Alonso wins the Bundesliga, I say if he's gonna definitely win it. There's still question marks over Alonso.
There's no definitely because Neverkusen is.
I just say if so I get myself out of anything. But, you said Alonso's gonna win the league, you know, stuff like that, you know. But
Neverkusen is the thing, Andrew. Me and you saw it growing up. We saw it with our own eyes.
But that's what I'm talking about. There's so many questions. All these managers have questions. Even Inzaghi will have question marks over him, even though he's probably maybe the less risky of the choices out there. Even Flick has been out of the club game for like what, 3 years now? 3 years now? And I wouldn't touch. I'm sorry, and I know Tuchel's going to be free, but I wouldn't touch Tuchel with a barge pole.
No, that's not.
At this moment, I think he's top. I think he's going in the way of Poch, where he doesn't evolve at all. Do you know what I mean? Ahmed, you only like him because of a 7-game run. It was historic, no problem. I understand that, but let's be honest. Anyone can win that. Anyone should be winning that Bundesliga with Harry Kane in goal. He's just Harry Kane FC. He's turned Munich into Spurs of Germany. That's all he's done. He's not even. You know what I mean? So, and even Nagelsmann's got like question marks. The only one you wouldn't have a question mark if you go after him and agree to pay him is Simeone, right? Simeone's the only one you wouldn't have a question mark over. He could go to any club, and you know and people now. You notice the same. No one's saying, "Oh, it's horrible defensive football anymore," because he's changed that the last couple of years. They're more attacking now. They can do the dirty stuff.
I agree with that, but the reason why I opened up with De Zerbi, you guys mentioned about Potter. We were talking about Potter the same way we were talking about De Zerbi now, and Potter went to Chelsea and failed. Yes. I understand it's bigger problems at Chelsea. We know that. That's the same thing I said about Potter. But at the end of the day, like I feel like there's this new type of fan who just watches football and goes like, oh, they play good football. That's it. The manager is great. The manager is amazing. But since when? That's why when I brought up the Brendan Rodgers argument, there is literally no rebuttal. Because Brendan Rodgers played good football, finished 5th twice with Leicester, who are similar level to Brighton, and won an FA Cup. So why isn't Brendan Rodgers being linked to Chelsea and being linked to United, being linked to Liverpool, being linked to all? Why is it De Zerbi? Why is he the new, like, you know, as they always say, you know, like there's a new flavor every year. Why is De Zerbi rated so highly? Based on what? He played good football with Brighton. Okay.
Yes, because he's also a bit outspoken as well, and our media loves that. They loved that with like Mourinho when he first started, and they love people that speak out and stuff like that. He's brought Brighton up and kept them, even though this season they've gone on like so many winless runs. Nobody brings that up though when they talk about the Derby. I think he's went on. I think they didn't win a game for like 2.5 months in the league or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like they don't bring that up. But that's why it's like, if you're going to hire De Zerbi, first you have to pay to get him out of Brighton to begin with. So how much is that going to be, right? And then you've got question marks. Is the jump too high? Because he's gone to Shakhtar. I think Shakhtar, Brighton's still a huge gulf because of the league you're in, but it's not that big of a thing, and he's sort of had a settled side. But going from a De Zerbi Brighton to Liverpool, it'll be huge. It'll be a huge, huge gamble. And I think the problem is that if your Edwards going in, and now I can't remember the Richards guy they just signed from Bournemouth, you really want to start off your tenure picking a guy who's going to have loads of question marks over him after Klopp's has gone. But the problem is there's like 8 of them are the same. All got question marks beside them. They're all a gamble.
Ahmed, before we end this section, Ahmed, the United fan, give me the 3. Give me right now, if Ahmed was in charge, his top 3 options to take over Man United.
Top 3. In order, yeah. I'll probably go with
Southgate.
Yeah, I'll probably say Inzaghi, Zidane, and probably number 3. I'll probably go with
Southgate. Put who? Sorry,
I say Inzaghi, Zidane, and number 3. I'd probably say
Zidane isn't attainable, so I'm gonna need you to take him off the list. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get it more realistic. I take Zidane tomorrow to replace Klopp. I just don't think it's attainable.
All right, that's calm then. Okay, so if that's the case, then I'd say Inzaghi, Alonso, and Nagelsmann.
You took someone out who's not attainable. Put someone who's even more unattainable. You think Liverpool former player Alonso is gonna manage Manchester United? In your dreams, brother. But I appreciate that you rate him highly. By the way, I'll only keep the same energy for Alonso if he finishes the job. Simple as. You finish the job, you win that league, Bundesliga, then me and you, we can shake hands, we can go like, come take over from Klopp. But
at least he's got something on his CV. De Zerbi's not got anything on his CV.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who do you want? Hussam, who do you want for Liverpool? Who do you want as a Liverpool manager?
Zidane would be absolute first choice. I think it's a lot. He's not attainable.
No, but Hussam, why not Gerrard though? What happened to Gerrard?
Do you watch the Saudi League?
No, but when he was at Villa.
Exactly. You don't watch the Saudi League. And so, yeah, big up to the Al Ittifaq manager. You guys are so obsessed. Paul Scholes managed Oldham for like 30 minutes and quit. Anyway, back to the actual serious question that we've got to answer. My first 3 choices: Zidane, if he's attainable. If not, I'm gonna go Alonso. I really like Amorim because I think he builds up a kind of a team. And I think after that, I'd probably. Actually, no. I go Alonso, Inzaghi, and then Amorim. I really like Inzaghi.
Wait, so would you go for Amorim over De Zerbi? Because you know how like people saying, "Oh, but with De Zerbi, it's a risk."
Yeah, but Amorim won with Sporting Lisbon. Sporting Lisbon is not it.
He's got a trophy, man. He's got a trophy, man. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Sporting Lisbon have had to sell their best player every year, and they have a negative net spend. Jokeres, you've all heard of Jokeres, right?
Now we have. Yeah, now
everyone's heard of him now. Yeah, everyone's heard of him now. You know what I mean?
You know where he signed him from? Coventry.
Football manager.
Coventry. Yeah, it's Coventry. Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Man, football manager guys know about Lucas.
Sam's thoughts on Mido saying Salah is leaving. Hey, Mido knows as much about Mo Salah as I do. And I am probably closer to getting Mo Salah's number than Mido, as you get me. The same guy that called out Salah during AFCON for quote-unquote faking an injury. The guy returned a month later, is supposed to tell you Salah's future. That's mad. By the way, all these players, make no mistake, their future will be decided based on a lot, including manager. If the club bullshits around, let's say Liverpool get Graham Potter, I expect all of them to send in transfer request the next day. Like, I'm sorry, we have to be real about it. So we have to make the right decision. Anyway, that's why I want Xabi Alonso to actually win it. So he comes with something, for the players to actually listen to. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of the players have something to listen to, you get me? Everyone's favorite Australian has been found out in this Premier League. Before we get to it, guys, make sure you guys are slapping the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Let's get to 200 likes. We're approaching it. So let's get to 200 likes. That's the next target before we get greedy and we ask for 300. Big up to Mariam and Vic for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Mr. Allen, there is a question in the title. Is Ange Postecoglou too stubborn? That is the $1 million question.
It's not $1 million question. It's a very simple question. It's a very simple answer. Yes, he is. Look, I think he's done well at Spurs. I think he will do well given the time to build a squad and build a team for the future. But as it stands right now, if you haven't got the players to carry out your ethos, you don't do it. You change, you adapt, you find a different way. Van der Ven's out injured with a hamstring. What does he do? Dragushin can defend. He's actually a decent defender. But what he does is continue playing a high line where Fulham are like, okay, fair enough. Those areas left by Porro and Adoji, we're gonna use them to our advantage. And every time we put them down there, Basuma, who was meant to be defending or helping being the extra man, was doing what Basuma does, wandering, not anywhere to be in sight. And literally, we were getting absolutely torn open. Ange is not only stubborn, but I've called him out. Although I back him, this is what football fans of today can't get hold of. Oh, you don't, you back Ange, but you criticise him. Yes, you can do both. People can get things wrong. Players, managers, owners, it doesn't care. Not only does he not change his tactics when he really should, but then he also doesn't show much emotion, stands there with his hands in his pockets. Spurs are 1-0 down at halftime. He doesn't make a change, which is fine. You want to have the team come out. You then go 2-0 down in 49 minutes. You then make the change. He still doesn't make the change. 61 minutes go by. 12 minutes later, we go 3-0 down. He still doesn't make the change. And then they should have had a fourth, got ruled out for offside, and then the change comes. So it could have been 4-0, went back to 3-0, or because he doesn't manage games correctly. He is stubborn in the way he sets that. For me, like I said, if you haven't got... That's like Liverpool not having Van Dijk. You know when you didn't have Van Dijk on that for those couple of seasons ago and you were still playing a high line and getting torn apart, but then Klopp changed things and made you sit back and you got top four for it. That's what Ange needs to get to his game. Now, fans, people that follow Ange come obviously to Spurs and say, oh, but this is what Ange does. He wins all this, he wins all that and all that. Fair enough, but there's winning stuff in these other leagues, which he has. He's won everywhere he's gone. But also, the Premier League's a different animal, a different beast. Spurs haven't got the second best team in the league. We haven't got the best resources in the league. People can outspend us, and they normally do. Although we've got money there, we just don't spend. So you have to adapt, and you have to build over time and build a profile and a style to go with it, which he's got. You just have to get the players in and build over time. And it's something he's not doing. Look, I think he's going to be successful down the line, but when you haven't got the people to pull off the way you want to play football, you have to change, and he doesn't change. So he's stubborn. And his in-game management for me is questionable. Me being honest.
Yeah. It's also like, because I know we also heard as soon as they get all their players back, they'll click into gear. But they've been picking up wins here and there. But I've said it before in the stream. The aberration in this run is the Villa game where you won 4-0. That's the aberration. That's the performance. Because before that Wolves defeat came, you should have probably lost 1 or 2 games before that, and even after that, it's been happening. And this is what I'm talking about. Ange is older. Ange is older than the rest of the new coaches coming along, but he is going to be. He's now set in his ways, as the saying goes. You know what I mean? The problem is that Van der Ven. What was he out? Did he get injured during the game, or was he out before the game?
No, he got injured in the game against Villa.
What's the injury?
Slight hamstring. They think he'll be back here when we come back against Luton. So,
and he already pulled a hamstring against us in the 4-1 defeat. So you're asking a guy who's had 2 hamstring injuries to play a high line as well. Is utter madness. And we already saw this. Their first 11 very good, can compete. I don't agree with Deji that they'll beat every team and stuff like that, but they'll compete. But we saw it when Adogi and Porro were out at the same time. There's nothing to back up the right back and the full back. There's nothing. But everyone's come back. Maddison's come back. He's been very hit and miss. Basuma's been a ghost and everything like that. And Son's back, but Kulusevski's in and out, and Brennan Johnson's having good little things here and there. But listen, Ange, the first new managers come in, they often don't get found out maybe till next season, but maybe at the end of the first season. But if he continues to do so, and also if the squad's not supplemented as it should be in the summer, this season may be a reverse for the next season coming up in terms of the games and everything like that. But
Andrew, you were there when I was the first guy to call out Ange. When everyone was blazing over him. This is once again, bro, I have a problem with the hipsters. I really hate hipsters. I really hate stubborn managers. It's just, look, you could be Klopp and be stubborn. You could be Pep and be stubborn. You could be Prime Jose and be stubborn. Like Alex Ferguson, be stubborn. But if you're Ange, you have to be able to adapt to the players that you have. The reason why I'll never be worried about Spurs is not Ange. It's Daniel Levy. Because Conte went there, he didn't succeed. If you want any answer as to why I'm not afraid of Spurs, go watch Conte's press conference. Just go watch it. Yes, Conte was to blame. Yes, Conte should have been held responsible 100% himself. However, Conte gave you jewels. He gave you the truth. He said, ever since this ownership group took over, we haven't been successful. Jose went there, wasn't successful. Conte went there, wasn't successful. Nuno Santo, who's a good manager, he's not crap, was not successful. And now Ange isn't going to be successful because of their transfers, because of shit like this. Timo Werner is who they end
if he gets signed, that'll be up there with Southgate.
That would be very bad.
Who got signed in January? That's the club I'm supposed to worry about. But the one thing I dislike about Ange is when you have all these injuries, just have a little bit of adaptability. This is my problem. When you have these conversations, sometimes people act like I want Spurs to park the bus. No one's asking you to park the bus. Just drop the line just 5 meters back, brother. That's all. That's it.
But do you know where it is though, Hussam? That sometimes they're just people, that they just live and die by the sword, essentially. And maybe that's what Ange, isn't it? Even if he doesn't necessarily have the right player for the right, for his system to work, he's going to live and die by that. You know what I mean? Because he believes in that style of play to win him games. And sometimes that's where it is.
Look, you can believe in that all you want, but when you don't have the tools to do the job, and it's quite clear that he doesn't, you're only setting yourself up for defeat. Look, best managers over time adapted. Alex Ferguson adapted, sold at their peak some of their best players as well over time. Had Liverpool under Klopp that's adapted and changed when it's had to happen. You've had Arsenal back when they first started and all that to where they adapted. They didn't just go, we're only playing one style of football. They obviously, when you got better players, they got even better. And then they tried to do the same thing over time. That's when it goes wrong.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't realize how many fans I rattled in the comments with my comments about Man United earlier on, asking stuff like that. You can be proud of all you like, guys. Ange will be successful down the line. Again, I will say again, if he's given the tools to do the job. Now, Spurs do have we can spend up to 440 million, and there's money revenue coming in from stadium. We can spend bigger money than what we do. But as Hussam says, and like I say all the time, I hold my club to account. The way we say, we're a big club, but then we don't try and compete financially. I'm sorry, you have to compete financially. Doesn't mean you have to go and spend 100 million on 5 different players each time and spend 500 million. Doesn't mean you have to do that. You don't have to go crazy like Chelsea do. You just buy the right players. You don't always have to go for like a loan to buy or a cheap option or this and the other. You can actually buy the players. Sometimes you can go out and spend the right amount of money, 50, 60 million, and get the right player. Van der Ven's proof of that. Haaland's proof of that with Man City. You don't have to go and spend 100 million all the time. So I believe he will be successful, but at this moment in time, he doesn't have the tools to do the job, and he won't change the way he's playing, which you can see by the Fulham game, by the Wolves game. Mm-hmm. You can get at Spurs if you don't adapt. If he drops it back 5 or 10 yards, you then narrow the gap to the goalkeeper. Balls over the top have to be more pinpoint accurate. Otherwise, the keeper, Vicario, is a sweeper keeper, and he'll come and clear it up. But when you leave that much over...
so overrated.
Yeah.
So overrated.
But if he doesn't...
Who's
your Vicario? He's so overrated.
Vicario. No, but the thing is, I hear your point, by the way, and everything you're saying is correct. But if he doesn't want to do it, then he won't do it. That's just the reality of the situation. And for me, from what I've heard from people who have seen him at previous clubs, they're like, he will just live and die by it. And if that's what he's going to do and continue to do so, then, But you
can live and die by it at Celtic. At Celtic, you can live and die by it.
No, but the thing is, Hussam, I'm not saying that he can't. He can do that. Continue at Tottenham. But if if that's what he wants to do and he doesn't care, then sometimes you're just gonna have to hold it. Do you get what I'm saying to you, Sam? Because if he doesn't want to change, and you're just sticking by it no matter what, then you're going to have to hold it.
No, I get that. But my biggest problem about not changing it lies within the Spurs fan base, because you see a lot of the Spurs fan base that would criticise Conte for not changing it 3-4-3, getting over on the midfield, this and the other, because he doesn't change it, criticising. But because it's Ange, it's nice and new and it's attacking football. They're not asking the same question as they criticise Conte for. So I want to see consistency from my own fan base and fans alike. And my own fan base aren't doing it. They'll criticise Conte.
But the thing is, like, the thing is with Ange, like, I think he's a decent coach, innit? I like what he's doing, but I just personally think that even if he was back next year and the year after that, and I don't see him, like, not because of him, but I just don't see you lot like being successful in terms of like what you want to achieve. Because, like I said, for me, I think the best Spurs you'd arguably say that Pochettino team. So and you had very good players in that. In every position, you had arguably a world-class player: Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Eriksen. So it's going to be very hard to replicate a team like that. And if that team couldn't win you anything, then I don't know how, especially with leaving, with all the backing, I don't know how you're going to replicate that type of team and then start playing like how you played.
Again, I'll agree with you in part, but context is key. Who is the manager of that team? And who was the manager of the League Cup final that should have beaten Liverpool, but then decided to be a coward and play for penalties in the extra time? Pochettino. PSG, ready-made league. Went first season. Did he win the league? No.
So he underachieved. So Pochettino underachieved with Spurs, you think?
Pochettino could have achieved more. He, in the big moments as well as players, but he in the big moments fouled as well. But the players did as well. I don't give anyone a free pass. He should never have played Harry Kane in that Champions League final. He should never have played him in the Champions League final.
I just think, with Spurs, like, I just think with that team under Poch, you had, like, in each position here, I don't know how they haven't won. Harry Kane was arguably the best player in the Premier League then. You had Eriksen, prime Son. You had Dembele in the midfield, arguably like one of the best midfielders in the Prem. So, I don't know, man. Like, I see this Spurs team right now, and I'm seeing...
Yeah, but Ahmed, you need a squad to win a league.
Yeah, we didn't. If we didn't have a squad,
I have to say that. To win the league, it's a squad game.
But why get Timo Werner?
They could have won an FA Cup.
Yeah, but you're not going to win anything.
No, I agree with you, but you know, this is why you're hypocritical, Ahmed, and everyone here. And you know, we might as well just segue to this Pochettino stuff. Let's just open up this whole can of worms. He's on the thumbnail anyway. Brother, you signed up for this. He's on the thumbnail. Both of you Chelsea fans. I don't know why Andrew's moaning. Hold that.
What did I say? I didn't moan. What are you saying?
It was me. It was me.
I can't even lie publicly without you interfere. Anyway, 350 people in here. We are going to segue to Poch. We are going to segue to Chelsea Football Club. This perfect segue. Slap the likes, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Hit that like button right now. Subscribe to This Is Football if you're yet to do so. Guys, you are frauds. We have 350 people in here. We ain't even on 200 likes yet. This you watching us right here. I want you to hit this X button, hit this like button right here. Before we watch together Kenny Smith getting roasted for 8 minutes straight. You get me? We can watch that together. But first, hit the like button and subscribe right now. Start with my guy, Vic. Both United fans have been carrying the stream with the super chats. Big up Vic, big up Maram. Hussam, if Xavi comes in with no Mo, does he deserve to build? Xavi is actually low-key not a bad shout, because I don't think Xavi is a bad manager at all. If you have someone with the brains of Xavi Hernandez walking into your club, I doubt I'll cry about it. Like, the guy obviously can play football. The guy has won a La Liga title with Barcelona, and Barcelona's problems, you see where I'm consistent. Barcelona's issues are way bigger than Xavi. Way bigger. Their issues are upstairs.
100%, bro.
They have massive problems. A club that signs Rafinha, a dusted Lewandowski, and tries to act like, oh, we're great. You know who starts for them center back? Christensen. With all due respect.
He played in midfield,
No, I said with all due respect, but I'm saying, no, but Ahmed, respectfully. PK, Puyol, Christensen. Come on, brother.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. Wallahi, let's be real here. You get me? Like, Neymar, Rafinha. Rafinha.
Yeah.
That's bad. That is a big drop off compared to Christensen.
36-year-old Lewandowski. Let's say it as it is. You get me? So I feel like
the next manager who comes in should get a lot of leeway if Mo Salah leaves, because you can't replace Mo Salah, not even with 2 or 3 players. You just can't. It's just.
I
It's
agree
like
with that.
it's just. You'd have to, right, Sam. Even if you didn't
But
rate
can
the
I just
manager,
say what type of leeway you're asking for, though? Like, how
Well,
much leeway we asking for? Here?
not the Chelsea leeway, like an 11th, right? I'm
I
talking.
accept.
I'm talking anywhere
because
from
Klopp
third.
is-
I'm talking anywhere from third to sixth.
Okay, let me tell you
That
this.
type of leeway.
Because Klopp is such a big part of Liverpool, I accept there will be some form of fall off. That's why I'm saying we have to make a series of correct decisions for us
Yeah.
to not just go down the drain, basically.
Yeah.
So that's why getting the right manager is part of it. Making the right appointments is part of it. That's why you saw how happy I was when we got Michael Edwards. Very happy because I know he's capable of making right decisions. So that's what I'll say. Big up to Phil. Come on, you Spurs. Who says Plan B? Do Plan A better. Hashtag Levy cough up. Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah, well, let's
The
see
guy
if he
spent
does.
£2 of his hard-earned money, and you're just gonna say,
No, it's when you put Levy cough up.
He knows I want Levy to cough up as well, but will Levy do it? I don't know. Probably not. Okay. We've had this discussion many times, me and Phil Coyes. We both want the same thing, but it's just Daniel Levy.
Okay, big up Phil, Vic, and Mariam, as we said. So, Poch, get me. Chelsea are currently in good form. Perfect segue. And let me call out Ahmed's hypocrisy right now before we even let it go to Chelsea. No, Chelsea, Ahmed. You know why you're a hypocrite? What did you just say? No, I'll tell you. You just said something so amazing. You just said they weren't capable of winning the Premier League. They were capable of winning the FA Cup. Deep down, let's be real. Had Pochettino won a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup at Spurs, he would not be rated any higher right now. No one's going to be sat up here going like, oh my God, he won the Carabao Cup. Don't answer this, Andrew. Ahmed, who won the Carabao Cup the last time for Spurs? No one open your mouth. Ahmed, Chelsea, answer. Go on. There you are. There you are.
I don't think he was old enough.
None of you know one day.
I was like,
I know we do, but you see, that's my point. It's not like because Juan de Ramos won the Carabao Cup, regardless. Oh, Juan de Ramos, get him in. My thing is, you need a squad to win the Premier League. And the reason why I respect Poch for what he's done at Spurs, Alan's club and my club were at the same level. It was going to be either Liverpool or Spurs to catch Manchester City. That was the conversation back then. That was what we were talking about. We went and signed Alisson and Van Dijk. They decided to build a new stadium, make 0 transfers in 2 years. That's why Spurs weren't successful. Let's just say it as it is. Daniel Levy. Now, back to Chelsea. We segue all the way back. 1 defeat in the last 8. You get me? 3 points off of 8th place, where I expected you to be. Are things looking up for Chelsea right now? Just beating Leicester as well. You know, brother Ahmed, let's start with him before we go to Andrew and open the floor up. Talk to me. You should have stuck to your guns. You got bullied by that casual FC fraud, Marshall, to just not to going against Poch. I told you should have stuck to your guns. Go ahead.
Listen, you know me. Again, I think fundamentally, whether I want to admit or not, I think right now, yes, we're winning games. I'll say that, right? Is the way we're playing great? Not really, but we're winning games. Which is what matters at the end of the day. Now, obviously, the league, is also doing really bad, which has allowed us miraculously to also somehow get in with a sniff of a chance now to get into Europe. Now, I think for me, if Poch does get Europe, this is just going to be a take of mine. I actually think he's going to stay at the club. You know what I mean? If he gets Europa League or Conference League football, he probably stays at the football club because that's something apparently that they want. And for me, he's doing something well. The players are scoring now. Whether defensively we're still looking cooked. You know what I mean? We're scoring own goals. But whatever happens, I think we'll get, in my opinion, because you know me, I said this to you before, 8th or 7th is probably where we're going to finish. Because I said that previously to you.
I think you're winning the squad that we had. I fully believe it. Andrew, you heard it from Back Again podcast.
Nah, Chelsea ain't winning the FA Cup, man.
Before a ball.
Listen, again for me, inshallah, I'll say we'll see what happens with that one. Obviously against Man City, you haven't lost against them. It's gonna be.
You're the best matchup for City.
I think with Man City.
Can you honestly right now say City were even better than you one game this season you played them?
No.
No, they weren't. They definitely weren't. I can agree with that. That's why I said to me, against City, it's going to be very competitive. That's for sure. If they don't wet the bed again at Wembley, you know what I'm saying to you. So we'll see what happens there. But I definitely, sadly, I can see the Europe happening because the teams around us are just as bad as us. And
why
if we can at
sadly?
least,
That's a good thing.
Nah, bro.
because the reason why I say sadly for me is because I think getting in Europe will be disingenuous to how we've been so far. If that makes sense for me personally.
Doesn't matter.
That's all it is.
Doesn't matter.
But I know that. But
Wait. No. 1 second. You said this in general. So it's genuine for Spurs to make a Champions League. They just got slapped by Fulham.
The reason why I say that is because they've actually, the way they've been playing, the way they've been winning games, I would say yes. But for us, the way you've been playing for a majority of the season, it's not fair that we get in Europe. But at the end of the day, we get in Europe, which is good. Like,
that's true. That's true if you're saying UCL, but UEL, I think it's fine. Chelsea are Europa League.
Again, for me, I predicted UEL football. So if you get UEL football,
I don't
means
think
they make my actual decisions.
Yeah, I actually agree with you.
UCL,
but Europa League is fair.
Like I said earlier, I think it says a lot about this league that we're in 11th and we're in the middle of March and we've still got a shot at finishing in European place.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, bro.
That's what it says. That's what it says about this league. After the top three and maybe Villa and Spurs or something like that, the rest are just the middle of the pack, mid-table teams. Listen, I can't be a hypocrite. If he wins the cup and finishes 7th, that's literally only one place off and Ahmed knows that I said 6 in a cup at the summer. Mm-hmm. So I can't. He would have done literally what I expect him to do, and he could come back and go, I literally won one out of the only 2 competitions I could win this season. Do you know what I mean? So he could do that. Now, if he wins the cup and we're still 10th or 11th, he has to go. Sorry, Sam, he can't stay. Yeah. If we're 10th and 11th and we win the cup, he has to go. So, but it's all on him. Listen, last couple of games, if you see me, I've not criticised Poch because it's not been on him. And his subs worked against Leicester. Stuff like that's not been on him. I've only really criticised him since the cup.
Your goal is crazy. That was a
yes, that was it. No, but
that was hilarious.
as long as I don't see Sanchez in goal for that semi-final, 100%. I'll be fine. Yeah, because that guy Sam, I'll tell you right now, every time he got the ball, I had heart palpitations when he was trying to. He's so slow kicking out from the back.
He's actually.
Do you see how lethargic he was? Like it was just a casual day in the park or something when he was getting pressed.
This guy's not even played, you know.
I can't lie, man. I'm starting to believe that Pochettino's on the decline now. I'll be very honest. Well, I actually liked Pochettino, but I'm just looking at what he's doing. I don't know. I just don't see it, man. I think he's on the decline. I don't think he's moved on, man. I generally don't.
Listen, I think he's been saved a lot by one Cole Palmer this season, and Chelsea are being saved a lot 100%. By Cole Palmer this season as well, and that's probably why he's still in the job. Can I just say this? Even though I think we've got 3 home games coming up. We've got Burnley,
Everton,
Man United. Now, realistically, he should be going into those games trying to win all those games. Now, the United one's probably the only one you'll go maybe because our record recently against them has not been very good. Yep. But Burnley, you should be smashing them. Everton, stuff like that. And then we could be like literally in a month's time going, he's 7th. He could actually go to 6th, or he might have, depending on what other results go by, you start looking up, don't you?
So who's done a better job? Potter at Chelsea or Pochettino at Chelsea now?
Listen, I would say this. I think we were better defensively under Potter, but he only won 2 in 22 games. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Stamford Bridge is by no means a fortress, but they are winning games at home than they were. I know. It's nothing though. That's the thing. That's from where we're supposed to be, where I've been before, and now it's like literally. It's not even bottom of the barrel. It's underneath the barrel. You have to move it, because it's blocking something. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. It's like very little. It's very little. It's very little thing. I honestly think he doesn't. I honestly think he actually has an easy job. He's just sometimes makes bonehead plays.
No, because you know what it is. Like,
you know what I mean?
The only reason why I say,
if I may,
go on, Ahmed, go on.
Yeah, because one thing I will give him slight credit for, is that last season and I think early parts of this season, we were struggling, to score goals. That's one thing, I do have to give him credit on. These days I'm not struggling to see where the goals are coming from. That's one thing,
Well, but he has to, and Ahmed might be shocked by this. He has to drop Sterling.
He knows me. Listen, hey, you know me about Sterling. That's what I'm gonna say.
If I see Sterling. If I see Sterling start against, but even against Burnley, none of this. Oh, get your confidence back because it's against Burnley. No, you don't deserve to start against Burnley.
Legend has it with that Sterling free kick that it's still a little bit in earth. It's still going.
Alan, what it did is it hit Harry Kane's one from the World Cup and sent it off in another direction. That's what happened.
Oh my god!
The only reason why I say like Poch is on the decline, because obviously when he was at Spurs, people were saying, like, imagine Pochettino with money and a backing. Obviously, he went to PSG. First year, he underachieved. With the squad that he had, and he got a lot of backing as well, he underachieved massively. The next manager came in and did a way better job. With Chelsea, Chelsea's issue isn't money. They've spent so much money, and their squad still looks average. Like
Chelsea's problem. Chelsea's problem is Todd Boehly. That's Chelsea's problem.
I agree.
And also,
Todd Boehly's not in charge.
Totally, Boehly's not even doing anything though. It's not even him. It's Mr. Barley. You know what I mean? We need to get his name out there.
Okay. So Todd Boehly hasn't given the money for things people to be bought. He hasn't had to say that. He's done nothing. He's just gone.
In the percentage, hang on. In the percentage of the ownership of the club, he's like a minority. It's like Clearlake's the biggest percentage owner of this club.
60%, yeah.
Not Todd Boehly.
Clearlake owns 60% of the club.
Clearlake.
So who brought Potter in? Who brought Poch in? And who's been having to say most of the players?
Okay, so Potter was the ownership because we didn't because of Marina quit and Cech quit. The Poch was brought in by the directors. They vetted him for 2 months for the final interview, and the players. I've said this to some loads of time. If you look at our strategy of summer 22 to January 23, it was a complete reversal of what we were buying, and that's when the directors came in.
So Boehly's had nothing to do with Chelsea's downfall, where Chelsea are.
No. Listen. The when I get on the ownership, is who they've picked, right? In terms of the directors and stuff like that. But like I always say, if you're an owner, you pick people to run your club. Do you know what I mean? They've picked the wrong people to run the club, and that's why they should go. They should be going probably even more sooner than Poch needs to go.
Exactly.
If I'm being honest.
Talking about Stewart and these guys.
Yeah, Stewart and Winstanley, they should go.
You know the fact that I know their names as a Liverpool fan.
But I shouldn't know their names. I shouldn't. 5 years ago, I didn't know anyone like directors' names and stuff like that. That's the problem. I shouldn't know their names. I should be going. It should be Poch and the owners. That was it. I should only know their names. I shouldn't know who. I didn't know who Winstanley was before he got to this club. I didn't know Stewart was before he got to this club. No one.
I should already know him as the football director. That's what I should. Why are you saying
football director?
That's it. That's what I need to be saying. Yeah.
But the thing is like, if you notice that, even the Stan might admit this, ownerships are one move away from getting something right. Look at the Arsenal project now. No one's talking about Kroenke's out last 2 years. Even FSG, the FSG protests are not even as loud as they were last season with the planes and stuff like that. Am I right? And maybe it's because it's Klopp's last season.
Hold on. Let me be absolutely honest. Let's not compare the Arsenal situation to the Chelsea situation. I'll tell you for why. So when Arsenal were in the situation where they were, protesting about their owners, they were getting rid of Deadwood and they were bringing in people. So they were at the start. You have just spent 9 billion. 9 billion doesn't have to be exactly a billion, but that on 20 odd plus players within the space of 18 months to 24 months, whichever it is. If it doesn't work out for Poch, now you were saying that, if he gets a trophy this season, let me just tell you what, if he gets to the final again, he's going to bottle it like he did the League Cup. That was his time to get a trophy. He's going to bottle it. If he doesn't win a trophy and all that, he's going to either be sacked, which I think's ridiculous, because Potter was the guy, Tuchel out, Potter in, no, now Pochettino's the guy. Who else is going to come to Chelsea after you spend all that money with a team in disarray, without how you can't spend it? Who's going to come to a team where they're going to go, I want my players on top of the people you've spent and the money you spent all now, who are tied down to long-term contracts?
Are we really having this conversation? Every manager has an ego and thinks going into any other job they could do better than the previous one. Let's not do this. Who's going to come in? If we're in the Premier League, it's the biggest league in the world. Okay, all managers. That's not going to be a problem in my mind. It's not going to be a problem. Now, what will be the problem?
No, you didn't.
Not hiring a manager.
You didn't hear everything I said. You didn't hear everything I said.
I heard no.
No. Who's going to come into this Chelsea team where you spend all that money on those players with the long-term contracts, where you're going to have to sell, and like people long-term contracts, the money's going to be through the roof. It's not going to be like it's going to be cheap. So you're going to have to sell to then free up money because you can't go spend another billion or anything like that because of FFP and all that.
No.
Whatever. Who's going to take on that mantle where you're going to have to make a team work that is under a different manager with a different philosophy compared to yours coming in?
Well, that's the whole.
These players not good enough for me.
That's the whole thing. When they hired Poch, Poch, he gave them the right answers, right, to get the job right. That's what everyone does to get it. So whoever's going to come in, but they need to. That's why the directors need to go before the manager, because I don't trust them. I don't trust them picking. I don't trust them picking the new manager and the owners. But the problem is the owners haven't got a track record for me to believe in of picking the directors, because the directors I don't believe in. So it's a whole quandary. It's like I get what you're saying.
So are you lot Boehly out then? Are you lot Boehly out?
What? It's a waste of 5 words and or 3 words and 2 seconds of oxygen. It really is.
If I may, Andrew, like, listen, these guys here cannot leave until I think 2030, if I'm not mistaken, or it's like 2030. It was like something like that. It's impossible for them to leave. It's like literally written in contract. So the problem for me, whenever I hear Boehly out, this guy, I'm like, I can't control that. I can't. These guys are going to be for another 8 years. So what can I, as a fan, control? Making my voice clear that I don't want these sporting directors. I want a manager that's actually going to work, and sporting directors are going to choose the right people in the right place to be brought in. That's all I can do.
Let's be honest.
Okay, let me just say one thing. With the managerial the conversation that we had just like half an hour ago, when we were talking about the hipsters and the available managers, etc. I don't even think there is like a guy that comes in and like Chelsea is good again. I really don't. It's
going to take time. I agree with you, bro.
And also, by the way, there's also something called Chelsea are a big club. Managers will say yes to Chelsea. I'm not one of those oh my God, who's going to say yes to Chelsea? I'm not saying that. But will top managers say yes to Chelsea? Like, and Inzaghi, as an example, why would he say yes to Chelsea? Amram, I think, probably says yes because he's young still and wants that and all that stuff. You know, Nagelsmann probably says yes. Flick, I'm unsure. I don't know if Inzaghi says yes. Xabi Alonso probably says no. So
Southgate
it's just like,
says yes.
Southgate would say yes.
Oh my God!
No, don't. Please, as much as I took the piss out earlier, do not put it past these owners' mind to put someone like Southgate. I would not put it.
You get Gareth Southgate, Andrew. I want a public apology to Poch when that happens.
Just replay my video, and I'll just get Vel to put the word Poch in the video. That's
Trust me. Look, I'll be honest. Chelsea's owners are as shit as Tottenham's owners. I've accepted it years ago. Our owners are shit. You should just accept it now. If it came to a choice between wanting to have either the Chelsea owners or the Tottenham owners to be in charge of my club, I'd rather hemorrhoids. I'd rather hemorrhoids over both of them. That's what I'm being honest. That's how bad it was. That's how bad both of them are.
Listen. There's only one club in this country that the owners don't get complained about, and that's City, right? That's the only club. All the rest of us have some, but even Sam, I've heard him less this season about FSG, but even he's not happy with FSG, and he's going to be watching them this summer.
When we were top of the league, I literally tweeted FSG out, top of the league.
No, you didn't. Did you? What, this season? This season?
Yeah, but obviously I deleted my Twitter, but I tweeted top of the league.
That's right. Yeah, sorry.
All right, mate.
FSG out directly.
No, that's fine. But what I'm saying is that's the only club that's not
completely. That's fine. What a bozo.
There you are.
Do you not find it crazy though? Like, do you not find it mad how like with the resources that Chelsea have and the money, and like Nicholas Jackson's their striker? Like, I can't believe it. You know, like a striker like Nicholas Jackson is Chelsea
But
striker.
but
He's absolutely shocking, by the way.
Yeah.
He is
no, he's
shocking.
not. He's not shocking
He
at all.
is
No, it's not, bro.
He's not shocking.
I'm sorry.
At all.
For the price
He's not
you
shocking at all.
for the price you bought Nicholas Jackson at, he's doing what
No
he's
difference between him and Rasmus Hojlund.
Oh, bro,
To me-
Hojlund, that's not comparable, by the way.
50
come
million cheaper, man.
on.
That's what-
50
see,
million
even he's
cheaper, man.
Come
Cheaper,
on,
man.
that's so
He's
disingenuous.
actually doing better because he costs less.
9
He's doing
goals,
better
2
because he
assists,
costs
man.
less.
Hey,
No, he's
hey,
not.
listen, 16 GNA, man.
He's doing better.
Hojlund-
He's a better player than Rasmus Hojlund. I know it's not a bar.
Well,
One
what-
second, one second. Let Ahmed explain. Let Ahmed explain. Like,
Which
why
one?
do you think Nicholas Jackson is crap? Tell
Bro,
us.
like, first of all, I watch him play. He's not a great finisher, first of all. He's not a great finisher. I don't think he is. When I watch him, as a footballer, like, he's got no outstanding qualities. Like, I don't see, he's not really the quickest. He's not really the best on the ball. Like, he's just a 6 out of 10 player.
See, that's why I know you haven't watched him because he's actually good at
I've
link-up
watched
play.
Chelsea. I've watched
He's actually
Chelsea.
good at link-up play. He's actually good.
His
Watch the
link-up play
goal
is
against
really
City.
good.
He scored
Average,
away
man,
at
he's-
City. He is good at link-up play. Finishing,
So
no
you let
problem.
Ahmed
He's
think
actually-
Nicholas- so you think Nicholas Jackson-
Let him explain.
All right.
Go ahead, Ahmed. Let him
So
explain.
you think Nicholas
Oh,
Jackson...
look, suddenly Winter Surfer is fucking Jackson Defense League. Let Ahmed speak.
OG JDL, man. OG JDL. Let it be known.
So for the level that Chelsea want to get at, you really telling me with full chest that Nicholas Jackson is Chelsea level striker? After the
I never
strikers
said
that you
that.
guys...
I never said
We
that.
never said that, though, yeah? Yeah.
No, but
Never
you
said
guys clearly rate him, but like, I don't see what he has.
No,
like.
I'm
Well,
just
you're
not.
bringing like
someone,
you're bringing Hojlund into. I didn't even mention. He's first of all.
no,
he's
no.
better.
But I'm just saying, for someone who gets this season by other fans gets rinsed when they don't watch him properly. I'm not saying you haven't. For what he's actually produced for the price we bought him, he's actually overperformed.
He's not even better than Solanke.
Yeah.
What as a
Well,
player?
again, you know,
He is
well,
better. He is better
than
as a player.
Solanke.
He is better as a
the
player.
thing I think for me, the thing for Jackson is, for the guy who brought him
Jackson has potential.
for,
It isn't
for the
Nicholas
level, no, but hey, for the level of experience that he has, he's not even got that much experience in professional football.
Listen,
and what he's
the problem with Jackson is
How is
he
it?
shouldn't be our leading striker. That's the problem.
Exactly.
He's
Prove
become
my
a
point.
bench.
Hold on. How can it be that? How can it look? You're both arguing like. Let's just get to the facts and all that. So you've got
It's
Hojlund
fine.
20 goals, 20 games, 7 goals. You've got Jackson 24 games, 9 goals. Based on the seasons they're having and how poor they've been, you would say statistically, like if you average it out on that, they're very close together. They're not. It's not a million miles apart. So I don't know where you're getting Ben out shape. It's the biggest mid off I've seen on this channel since
So
I've
what can
seen it between Man United and Chelsea.
I don't even.
But I can guarantee you, if top teams were saying, "Would you rather take Hojlund or Nicholas Jackson?" They'll say Hojlund.
When? When?
No,
Only from the last month.
Okay,
for the last month.
if I ask Hussam, if I ask Hussam,
He'd
if
say
Darwin
neither.
Núñez-
He'd say
if Dar-
neither.
no, no,
He
hold
would
on.
say
If Darwin
neither.
Núñez, hold on. If Darwin Núñez was
You
to
say
be sold,
Origi.
no, Hussam, just to prove my point, if Darwin Núñez was to leave and you could choose between Hojlund or Nicholas Jackson, who are you choosing?
Hojlund.
Say neither.
There you go. Then you proved my
Sam
point.
had to think about that. Hassan had to
No,
think about that.
I still think Hojlund has more to his game. I think
And plus,
Hojlund is a
Hojlund's 20
player.
years old. He's just came to the Prem. He's got way more to his game than than Nicholas Jackson.
I don't know what. See, I don't believe he has.
Better finisher.
I think he's just a battering. He's a better finisher, and he's just a battering ram. That's all he is.
Yeah.
That's all he is. He's already shown. He's a battering ram.
Well,
and
he was
he's-
literally like so we didn't do it in the Champions League as well.
Champions, and you're out.
Yeah,
You finished bottom of your
he's
group.
doing well in the Champions League. But you're not even in.
It's
You're not
Copenhagen. Are we doing this again for scoring against Copenhagen? Come on, man. Let's be real, my friend, man. Come on. It's Copenhagen.
I'm saying to you guys, Chelsea, if you lot want to be serious, Nicholas Jackson isn't the striker. He's
I'm
not.
not. I'm not saying he is. Why wasn't that
but
argument
I'm just
you
saying
said
when I
was
said
that he's
that,
a crap player?
But that
He's
makes
not.
it worse. We're just literally saying Jackson is a striker, so he's got more goals playing. But you're saying he's more of a winger.
He plays out wide. Yeah. Yeah.
You've just put an nail in your own coffin there. You really have.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, listen. For me, for what
And
we
also,
have-
he missed a month because he went to the African nations as well. So he missed a month, and he's still more league goals than your guy. So what are we talking about here?
I'm talking about Nicholas Jackson, but you guys are comparing Hojlund. I didn't mention Hojlund. You guys.
So for me, listen. All right, if I may, let me just go. Yeah, I think for me, Jackson, for what my expectations of him, and what he's been brought for and everything like that. I think he's doing a decent job. Yes, do we need to improve on him and get a better striker? Of course. But for what he's doing right now and the start and the ability he has, I'm more than happy for him to be in this team.
Let me be honest. I've never heard of him. I never heard of him before we signed him. I don't watch Villarreal. I had no expectations of him whatsoever.
I just like
so he's outperforming my expectations. I had none for him.
It's because
So-
no.
For me, I predicted, by the way, at the beginning of the season, I predicted that Jackson was going to score between 5 to 10 Premier League goals this season. And he's met my expectations in it. So that's
just
what I
because
said.
so what are you satisfied
He's
with
met
that?
my Listen, yes, because I didn't expect that much from him.
Hold on, Ahmed. What was your for Rasmus Hojlund? And what was your for the start of the season? What were your
After the 9 goals he scored in Serie A.
10 to 12 goals. 10 to 12 goals.
10 to 12 goals. So if he gets 10 to 12 goals, you're going to be happy that he's got to where you wanted him to be, right?
Yeah, considering that he's coming to
What
a
are you
United.
criticising the Chelsea fans for having the same thing with their player?
No,
One second, Alan,
I'm
one
telling
second,
you,
one second.
Go on,
Guys,
go on.
just 1 second.
Yeah, man.
Big up to Flawless for the raid. Shout out to Flawless.
Big
This
up
guy
Flawless,
always
you
fun
crook.
fun. Lee, you're an
Crook.
Arsenal fan.
Big up.
You know,
Yeah.
we will be there.
Jackson's a
when you
bomb,
start
man.
crying. Also, shout out to Man United for doing what Arsenal couldn't. Big up to everyone who's joined us from the Sarcasm City TV stream. Shout out to Flawless. I will be on there, inshallah, tomorrow for the special at 11. So hit the like button, subscribe on your way in. Let me just read these super chats before we carry on. I actually have a genuine response to this. Hussam is a fraud like LFC. Alan is elite, to be honest. Says no one ever. We spent
There's
$3
Philippe right there.
Australian dollars.
What did you say
spent
about the
$3
last
Australian
He's
dollars
money?
to send that garbage, Felipe. You fraud.
What did you
Could
say
have
about
had my sandwich. Yes.
what did you say about Phil Coy's thing about he paid good money, so it's a good so it's a super chat, it's a good
Yeah, and I responded to it.
as well.
My problem with you was you went just like, that's it.
Yeah, that's fine.
a
I'm just gonna
super chat.
we can clip this, it's fine. I am elite.
There you are. Potter had
Elite.
Havertz, Mount, and Werner as his attackers. Same season, Jorginho was the highest goal scorer, and they were all pens. I hear you, to be honest, but that's why I just think there's a bigger problem at Chelsea, which isn't the manager. Like, it's just so crystal clear to see, and I can't wait for when Poch gets sacked, and then they hire a new manager, and then Andrew and Ahmed are back again on streams saying stuff like, new manager out, new manager out.
I'll be
It's
real,
all
bro. I
Ahmed.
don't think it's gonna happen. You know,
It's
My
all
opinion has
Amon's
changed.
fault. It's all Nagelsmann's fault.
That's
It's
all right.
Amon's
'Cause he'll be free to go to Liverpool since you say he's the third best manager in the Premier League. So he'll go to Liverpool.
Yeah, man.
Actually speaking, he is. Actually speaking, he is. Big up to you. This is an epic mid-off, says Jack.
It is.
Hold on.
I don't know how to compare these two guys, but hey, man, listen.
One second, guys. One last one before I give my opinion.
Is that
Big up to
coming
you,
from an
Jack.
Arsenal fan? Is that an
Finally,
Arsenal fan?
last but not least, Mariam back again. You guys clowning Hojlund shows you haven't watched him. Where do you find these delusional people from, Hussam? I'll just say this right now. I actually think Rasmus Hojlund would score 10 more goals than Nicholas Jackson would at Chelsea. Because Chelsea create so many chances. They do. Let's cut the crap. I just say it as it is. Chelsea create so many chances. I think Hojlund would score more goals at Chelsea. I really
to set him up though.
But I think Hojlund is a better finisher. And I'm not going to go based on expectation and based on price tag. I think if you take Hojlund out from Man United, put him in Chelsea right now, he would be like on 15 Prem goals, 14 Prem
I will
goals.
not argue that Rasmus Hojlund is a far superior finisher to Jackson. I would also say that Jackson will probably set up Hojlund for most of those goals though.
Well, you literally cussed out Hojlund with that when I was saying it.
No, I didn't. No, not the finishing part. I said you've used him like a bat. I've said you've used him like a battering ram, and he's a good finisher. That's the way Ten Hag has used him when I've watched him. He's used him like some old school Alan Shearer type number 9, and that's not his game at all. And that's why he's got injured most of the time because he's being used like that. He's being misused. He's a good finisher. Very good finisher.
He's definitely a wish version of Haaland. He's definitely a wish version of Haaland.
Now, see, that's Alan. See, that's Alan Stern right there. That's Alan Stern right there. That's Alan Stern right there. See, that's it. I didn't say that.
The funny part is Haaland has been a wish version of Haaland this season. So let's not
He has.
like Haaland himself ain't been Haaland.
Yeah.
Let's not get started on Haaland, man. That
Second season syndrome, Sam. Second season syndrome.
Yeah, and before he scores 5 goals versus like
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, man. When they see Sheffield United again, hey, Sheffield United coming soon, man. Don't you worry about that, man.
You know, I just want to say something. You know, Haaland scored 5 versus Luton. That's the worst 5 goals I've seen in my life in one game. Since the 5 goals he himself scored versus Leipzig in the Champions League last season, worst 5 goals of all time. I want to say something right now. Erling Haaland, in my entire lifetime, has had the worst comp at a Ballon d'Or in history. I've never seen a compilation. You know when they make compilations of players like, oh, and here's your nominees for the Ballon d'Or, and they show Haaland. The Haaland one was so bad.
Listen, I'll never rate Haaland, man.
It was literally tappins. It was literally tappins, headers, and penalties. That's it. There was nothing else in that whole compilation. And I think, but here's the thing though, as a striker, if you're an elite finisher, that you can bypass all this crap. That's why I'm keeping the same energy. And I'm saying I take Hojlund over Jackson. Because
it's a finisher,
Hojlund, you know what it is? That away game at the Etihad, had you had Hojlund instead of Jackson, because they have similar paces, I think you probably could have been 2-3-0 up in the first half. That's not an insult to Jackson.
But you know what? Do you know what, Sam? Though I don't know if you agree. I think Jackson would be a great foil for an actual number 9 because he can hold up and link up the ball. We saw it in the goal against City, didn't we? That link up with Palmer and then across the through ball for Sterling. I think that's him. But he's not a number 9. And Ahmed noticed, he shouldn't be the leading striker at this club. Okay, he should be. Well, yeah, at the moment, yeah, definitely.
Simple as that.
He can be a great foil. A great foil for a number 9.
I think that's fair. So you're saying basically left wing, essentially.
Yeah, inverted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even if he was to play on
Villarreal, he played on Villarreal, he played left.
Inverted. He said inverted. You know what I mean? And he thought he done something. Tell me Chelsea's field tilt this season. You fraud. Look at this guy. He's such a fraud.
Field tilt, man. Come on, man. Get out there.
But inverted. No, this Andrew. Inverted. You know what I mean? And then he just thought I just made the stupidest comment ever. Let me just lay back.
I know. You know what? I know. Listen, as long as he's not number 9, because he even saw it against Leicester. He had that he was right in front of the goal and he hit it over the bar. So it's like but he was robbed of the 2 assists. That's the problem.
Listen, even as a winger, man, he's dead, man. He's
not a traditional. He's not going to be a traditional winger.
Even Mudryk as well, bro. He's another one, man.
Well, based on this season, if he's a winger, Jackson's on the same level as Rashford, isn't he?
Rashford would be Chelsea's best player
on this season. This season.
Yeah, but
this season.
Player, low-key.
Why is Rashford catching strays though? As if
if you take Rashford, put him in Chelsea, he's
Harrison. You got to compare.
No, but Rashford.
Ahmed and Ange.
Every single person
Ahmed and Ange right now. Sterling or Rashford? Be honest.
Sterling Rashford.
Because I don't watch him. Because I don't watch him all the time. I'll have to say Rashford, and Sterling's just annoyed me and pissed me off. Oh my
god, this is crazy, man. Crazy.
Listen to what I said.
You have to say Rashford over Sterling.
You have to say Rashford,
bro. Mudawaki is not good. Sterling's not good. Cole Palmer's the only good one.
What did you say about Cole Palmer? What did you say about Cole Palmer?
I said Cole Palmer is the good one. Mudawaki's crap. Mudryk is not good. Jackson on the wing ain't good. Sterling's on the decline. Of course, you take Rashford.
Have you not seen Jackson on the wing, bro? I don't think you've watched this guy on the wing, man, honestly.
Dead,
no, man. Come on, man. Listen, I feel like this is just being a bit disingenuous.
The conversation ends. As soon as someone says sorry, Ahmed. My Ahmed, Chelsea Ahmed. As soon as someone says Jackson's dead, just leave the conversation because they never watched him.
Yeah,
what's this outstanding quality, by the way?
I'm so sorry. Jackson is quality. He's so good.
No, it's not even Jackson. It's quality.
Why are we defending Nicholas Jackson live on YouTube in front of 400 people?
Because I am. I'm going to defend him.
Believe.
He's not crap.
To be fair, Ahmed, Chelsea fans in their whole life have seen 2 good strikers. So maybe they don't know.
Bro, all I'm saying, is that you guys have Nicholas Jackson. Alan has Timo Werner.
That was one
Alan has Timo Werner and Kulusevski, and Rashford's catching
strays. One season?
But Rashford will literally walk into your guys' teams, though. He would literally walk into the team. And I'm not even his biggest fan.
That just says more about my club.
Yeah, that means my club is a disappointment if Rashford walks into it, bro.
It says more about my club.
Yeah. We should not be having Rashford in our starting 11s. I'll be real.
Listen, I shouldn't be. Listen, I gotta be honest with you. I shouldn't be sitting here at 1:10 a.m. in the UK having a Jackson versus Hojlund debate. I don't know where my life's gone. Really, do you know what I mean?
That is.
You know, I mean, it's new.
You have the worst streams. This one is a calm one, at least.
So hold on 1 second.
Go on, Alan. Start the pot again.
You're bigging up Rashford. You're bigging up Rashford here, who's had 27 games, 7 goals and 2 assists. Timo Werner's had 8 games, half of which he's been on as a sub.
Oh my God!
I like this one, man. Bring him in.
Let me say something. I don't forget what the stats say. Rashford's left toe is better than the whole of Werner.
Rashford's
left toe has more ability than Werner.
Okay. At the end of the day, what's Rashford done this season? Apart from be dead half the season and Man United fans complain about it.
Did you see his goal against?
No way we can burn these two.
You know what it is, yeah? You know what it is? Timo Werner is literally a German Dan James. That's what he is. A German Dan James. That's not a compliment. Nah.
And Rashford's a Sterling knockoff. So what?
Rashford would walk into your team, by the way. Rashford would walk into your team. Are we not forgetting what he did last year?
What did he do
Are we
last
not
year?
forgetting what Rashford did last year, by the way?
Are you living in the past?
No, it just happened last year. It still happened.
So that's the past.
No, but Rashford is a better player than all of your attackers, bar and Son.
This season he's not.
Yeah, he is. Just saying he's not better than Kulusevski or Werner.
Well, this season he's been dead half the season.
He's better than both of them combined.
I don't care. He's rubbish.
What do you mean you don't care?
I don't care. 27 games, 7 goals, and most of the season, you Man United fans have been criticising him, saying that he's too busy doing whatever else rather than focusing on Man United. Get him gone is what most Man United fans have been saying.
They want him gone, but let's not act like he's not a better player than Werner.
So they wanted him gone this season. So you've just answered my thing. You've just said Man United fans wanted him gone.
That's the
thing. You've answered my thing.
No, but he still walks into your team.
Huh?
But he still walks
into anything the way he's played this season.
Marcus Rashford, no matter how.
This is the best stream ever.
Wait, hold on. Let me get this straight, yeah. First of all, I'm not even.
Andrew, we have to get through this. I'm sorry, we have to. I want to get to the bottom.
Listen. Let me say something, yeah, because I ain't even.
Rashford or Werner chat. Let me know right now.
Listen, the minute I heard Timo Werner being compared to Rashford, my head was gone. I'm hearing Jackson. Timo Werner is shite. He's
Ahmed, your head's been gone since I said about Man United having pissy toilets and like falling down. Your head's been gone since then.
Man United, Ahmed. Alan was on camera and he mimicked a fishing rod, catching the fish and then presenting it while you were debating Werner. We called him a shit stirrer before he even brought Werner into it.
He's doing Messi level. He does Messi level shit stirring, man. I have to say, man.
I've missed this.
Bro, everyone is saying like Rashford is this, bro. He literally bagged against Liverpool and bagged against Man City, like so.
What we doing?
Okay, but what about a corner in Burnley? Is he back there? You know what I mean? That's the real question, man.
Rashford is a big game player as well. So
Ahmed, why did you do this, Ahmed? We were nearly out there. He was wrapping up the Werner thing. And you
listen. Chelsea's attackers, yeah. Let me say something. Chelsea's attackers are crap, bar and Palmer. Palmer's the only good one. The rest aren't good enough. Their defense ain't great either. Like Cucurella's not good. And who else do they have? Gusto's a decent player. Like it is what it is. Like their team is ass. The team is ass, man. It's not good.
I think a real question about would he take Madueke?
I don't know what we're doing now. I really don't.
Nah, I wouldn't take him. Listen, there isn't a single attacker from Chelsea that I would take. Bar and Palmer, maybe.
Statistically speaking, but if we're being honest,
I'll take Palmer. The rest, I don't want anyone.
Anthony, so surely we'll put him over.
Yeah, but listen, but the thing is, my grandma's better than Anthony, so that's not really hard. That's not hard, is it? Come on.
Okay, guys, let's just get to the
I think
final
Werner's
four.
got better stats than Anthony this season. And
Guys,
Yeah,
man,
man. Yeah, man. Man on the right. You know what I mean? I see
Guys,
it, man.
can I ask a genuine question? I just want to get to the monster. It's time to just get to the monster. Who's better, Anthony or Werner? Who would you guys take?
Oh.
No
This
way.
is
Are we
ridiculous.
taking Anthony or Timo Werner?
Oh,
Right here,
my.
right now. Who are you taking, Chad? Who you
You know what, man? Werner, man, at least Werner can create some level of chaos here. Where you know what? Yeah, we call what's it called Nunes? Yeah, the chaos maker. Bro, Werner was there before.
Wait,
him, man.
what was the question, by the way? What was the question?
Oh,
Bro,
no.
I'm not even-
No, I did.
I don't-
What was the question?
Basically,
Anthony
the
or
question
Werner?
is, yeah,
Listen,
I want to
Werner
see
or
something, Anthony. Go on.
Let me tell you something. Anthony or Werner? Jesus,
No,
that
little
that-
twirly on the pitch. Oh, do a little spin when no one's around me. I'm good, aren't I? Get life.
But Sam, why did you do
Listen,
this?
listen.
Sam,
Have you guys? Let me actually do this on a proper note. First of all, let me read the 2 super chats. We got to P4 paper who says Jackson is on track to get 20 plus GA in his first season.
So
How many of those are in the Carabao Cup? Can you guys be honest?
Huh?
How many of those are in the Carabao Cup and FA Cup?
No, in the
not
league,
a lot.
it's line. In the
No,
league, it's
come on,
line.
man.
He's on track to get.
all competition hype, man. How many has he
Bro,
got?
he's got 9 goals just in the league.
You just said Hojlund Champions League earlier.
You said Hojlund is Copenhagen.
Bro, I don't listen. I don't care what the numbers
Hojlund
say.
is a
by the way.
Copenhagen merchant. What are we doing here, bro? You know what I mean?
Listen. Oh, bro, I'll tell you what. He backed against Bayern Munich, though. Anyway, Jackson, yeah. I don't
One
care
goal
what
against
he's-
Bayern Munich.
Listen, Jackson. I don't care what he's on course. He will always be rubbish, man.
I love
Like,
this stream, honestly.
he's not better than Solanke. He's not better than Watkins. He's not even better than bloody like. He's just not a good player. Like I just don't see it with him.
See, that's when I said when you said, "Oh, I've watched him." You haven't watched him.
I promise you, I've
You
watched
haven't
Chelsea.
watched him. You haven't watched him. Seriously,
I promise you,
you
I
haven't
have.
watched him. You haven't. I know why, because you're having Rashford Werner debate. That's why I know you've never watched Jackson play. You
He's
know
the one
what
that
I mean?
Rashford. Listen, it was Alan that started to shitstir about Rashford, man. Because Rashford, you lot, if I can guarantee you, if Chelsea were offered Rashford, you lot would take him in a heartbeat.
Ahmed,
Including
you say
Spurs as well.
shitster. Ahmed, you say shitster. I say facts. It's different. It's fine.
Nah, that's not that's not fact, man. That's delusion, man. That's
Ahmed,
delusion.
I can't believe a lie. I can't believe you actually let Alan get to you. This guy's the biggest fraud in the universe. Timo isn't even better than Jemba, Alan. Bro, that guy.
Oh,
Shout out to Eric Jemba.
I'd rather
That's a
Jim
shout
than
out.
Rashford, to be fair.
That's a shout out I didn't expect to make this stream. You got me, Jemba.
Listen, bro,
Shout out
look,
Jemba.
Isn't he a title winner?
Even your
was he in the squad?
We have gotten to a
congratulations.
stage. No,
Congratulations,
Alan,
participation
no, you're not
trophy.
going to start again now because next you're going to ask me Paul Konchesky or like someone Danny Wilson who's a worse side. Let's not
Bro,
go there. You get big up to you, Mariam. Better than this. What are we doing here, AJ? This is the
Bro.
greatest stream. I've had so
International
much
break.
fun.
International break. This is what happens at international break.
Sometimes we need to compare these players. You know what I mean? We need to know.
I've had fun. I've had fun.
I enjoy
Nah,
it,
Jackson,
man.
bro. Jackson's a spicy weghorse, man. That's what he is. Bro. he ain't
He's
good,
not
man.
even the same height. He's not even the same height as him. What are we doing, man? They don't even have the same player build. What is going on, man? Honestly,
This is the greatest
Oh,
stream. If you are honestly, if
Let
you
me
haven't
tell-
yet liked the video, you're not wrong.
No, I'm
This
not
is-
even
this is
waffling
just
yet. I'm not
W
even joking. Yeah.
entertainment.
No, that was banter, but nah, Jackson, I won't ever. Nah, Jackson's not it, man. Jackson's not good.
All right, I'll accept that. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move
I
on.
I pray we
This
get to the
stream's
final
gonna-
and get United.
Oh,
Isn't that the last team you beat in a Wembley final, United? That's
yes, 2018.
Oh, yeah.
One of the worst finals ever.
You won 1-0, right?
Yeah, Hazard penalty. Yeah, one of the worst finals
Was it
ever.
Oh my lord.
Would you take right now 1-0 win versus Man United, FA Cup final, Palmer penalty?
Yes, you know I would. You know I would. Sam, you know me, Sam. I'm not for facing the biggest, best teams in the competition, and I don't care how you win it. So win it on penalties, I don't care. Just says you won the trophy.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't
Silver.
even rate Garnacho, man. Someone said I know Ahmed rates Nana. I'm not even his biggest fan. But still.
Wow.
Oh, I actually just realized this is Marshall. Big up Marshall.
So who do you Who do you rate in the United team? Like, do you rate Bruno? It's like, is that
No,
your guy?
no, it's nearly half.
Listen, I'll tell you who I do rate, man. Kobe. Listen, Kobe. Kobe quality.
If you get me started.
Wait, why is that funny?
No, I'm just laughing at those guys, bro. It's all right, man.
No, he's you know why he's laughing? He doesn't. AJ says, comment of the year, Jackson's just spicy Weghorst. Hey, AJ, I'm glad you enjoyed that one. Big up to you, AJ. As a Chelsea fan, Jackson is decent. I agree with Winder Surfer. Big up Hussam. Big up Chelsea. Ahmed says David. Listen, Jackson is decent. The reality is, it's not banter, but you've had two good strikers, Drogba and Costa, in your whole life.
Anelka.
How long did Anelka play at Chelsea for? Can you be honest?
4 years.
4 years, yeah, man.
No,
Come
he
on, man.
didn't play for 4 years.
Yes.
What about Lukaku, man? What about
No. Let's do this, right? We signed him in January 2018. 18-19 season, he was top scorer, and from then on, he played wide and sacrificed his game with Drogba and scored a load of goals. So don't
Chelsea. Okay, he's played 2008 till 2012. He scored 38 goals in 125 games. Not that bad of a return.
He did play out wide a lot with Drogba up front.
Did he not win? I'm pretty sure he won the Golden Boot in one season.
Yeah, he won one golden boot.
18-19 season, yeah.
Oh, wait,
18-19. That's why I know it's late. 08-09.
Oh, sorry, 8-9.
Anyway, that's our sign to wrap up the video. As soon as he said 18-19, Nicholas Anelka.
I'm afraid. This video, the last 30 minutes, I don't know. I think I've smashed my head on the table, and I can't believe we're discussing what we're discussing. It's all Alan's fault. He's a big shit stirrer.
I ask you a genuine question right now. Codicini or Kovinka?
Oh, what?
I'm not even gonna go there. I'm just kidding.
That was great.
I'm just kidding. I actually feel bad at this point. I have to end the video. Big up to you, David. Listen, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. I think he's decent. Nothing special. But I'm still taking Hojlund. Big up to you guys. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. 400 people.
You should after the last 30 minutes.
Yes, if you are not entertained by this Werner Rashford debate, you'll never be entertained. Hit the like button right now. Subscribe. Big up to David. Big up to Casual FC. Big up to AJ Block. Big up to P40, Jack, Felipe C, V1, and Mariam for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Please hit the like button and subscribe on your way out. I'm going to be back tomorrow, inshallah, at 1:30 p.m. UK time. I've got the Arsenal review with Troops and Northside. So Kai Havertz, I made sure he is on the thumbnail. You get me? So we have a lot to discuss. And I might do a call-in show tomorrow. I'm unsure though. So inshallah, stick around, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I said he got rattled there. Hold that. Anyway, this is where you can find Andrew. Casual FC as well is in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe. Time added on is in the description. Go subscribe right here, right now as well. Go subscribe to The Bridge. As you guys can see on the screen, link is in the description. And AA United TV, the link is in the description. Follow all these great guys on social media. Make sure you guys go subscribe to their channels. Show them the love that you love me. And we are going to be redirecting to Sarcasm City TV Gaming. And since that guy want to be a smartass and say quad over when he redirects to me, let's show him who really has the streets. Make sure you guys go spam in Sarcasm City TV Gaming 7-0 in his chat. Every single one of you guys, I will be in that stream right now. 7-0. Copy paste this message, spam the crap out of it in the Sarcasm City TV Gaming community. Let's go spam it. Yeah, you have a picture printed.
This is crazy,
Wallahi,
bro. Is this not the game?
Wallahi, Ferguson dominated England for 30 years. And you sit here and you are showing up quarter-final FA Cup win.
Listen, we'll win it. We're going to win it. We're going to win it.
You and Coventry City is the same right now. Anyway, take the 7-0 and spam it in the Sarcasm TV Gaming section. Love you all. Subscribe to all these great guys. I'm see you guys back as well at 1:30 p.m. UK time. Inshallah.